Hello, Namaskar and Adab from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan from your very own channel Astro Assurance, from the most comprehensive channel on Vedic astrology on this platform. The most number of permutations and combinations if you will get or different topics on Vedic astrology you will get from this channel on this channel Astro Assurance. Please like my videos, please share my videos because that will help improve the reach of the channel. If you subscribe to my channel, if you like the videos, YouTube will also promote those videos further and more number of people will be able to access the channel, access those videos. You will only be earning some good karma. Please use this opportunity. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so far, and if you are a regular viewer, please like my videos, especially the ones which you feel are useful for you, can also be useful for others. Now on the topic for today, Bhrigu Bindu is a topic on which I have already made 2-3 videos. Bhrigu Bindu is a point which is an important karya, activity, action, goal that we need to finish, that very important karma that the zodiac has identified for us to be able to do that in our lives. And this is also very critical because if that is one area which we need to absolutely do in our lives, if possible more of that, then it is important that we focus our energies there. If we don't look at where our Bhrigu Bindu is, what should be our actions in the line of Bhrigu Bindu, what is that particular karma that we need to do, then our actions of chasing materialism, not looking at what should be the zodiac given karma to us, will only be giving us lesser results, especially connected to that house where our Bhrigu Bindu is placed, and overall the life will be of less value to the world, to our fellow citizens, and not being able to serve at least in that one line that the zodiac identified for us. So knowing where your Bhrigu Bindu is very important. I will give you links in the comment section below of the 2 or 3 different videos that I have made on Bhrigu Bindu, of understanding Bhrigu Bindu in different houses, Bhrigu Bindu, how to be able to calculate and understand it better also. So because we have already done Bhrigu Bindu in the 12 houses before, today I am going to talk about Bhrigu Bindu in the different signs. Sign energies are very, very important, though they indirectly impact the final result, final output of the Bhrigu Bindu, because Bhrigu Bindu is connected to a house and will manifest the areas of the house more, but the sign will contribute in terms of what is the energy which will drive the Bhrigu Bindu, what will be the energy which will drive how you attain the karma that has been identified for you, and what will be the energies that you will feel if you are not focusing on the Bhrigu Bindu in the particular house, in the particular sign, and if you are living your life chasing materialism only. So let's deep dive into understand Bhrigu Bindu place in different sign in your horoscope, what manifestation it will bring, what areas of life it will bring for us, and how the sign will either be an impediment to the attainment of the Bhrigu Bindu action, the final goal, or how it will help you if you are able to identify where our Bhrigu Bindu is and use the sign energies to advantage to be able to do that particular karya, that goal which the Bhrigu Bindu has been given to us as from the zodiac. Now if Bhrigu Bindu is in the sign of Aries, Aries is a sign of action, a go-getting spirit and a fire in the belly to achieve. So when the Bhrigu Bindu is not recognized by the native, where it is placed, which house it is, then the Aries energies of that particular house where your Bhrigu Bindu is will make the native feel as if life's goals are less worthy and that something is missing in their current goals. Even when one achievement is done, the person looks at yet another goal, and if that is not related to the Bhrigu Bindu, then he feels that unfulfilled, and achieving that area also will feel less fulfillment for the person, less action will be coming from that area, less results will be coming from the area, less success will be coming from the house where our Bhrigu Bindu is placed, yet we have not done anything related to the house. But if one recognizes where our Bhrigu Bindu is, what is the goal related to the area, then the person feels very energized to work on those related goals related to the house where the Bhrigu Bindu is, and there is a sense of achievement once the person achieves the action that the zodiac has identified for us by virtue of Bhrigu Bindu placed in that house. Now, depending on what house the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Aries sign, the areas of that house will also manifest accordingly. If it is related to career, say for example connected to the 10th house, then the zodiac will also help through the energies, Aries energy, to help keep the person highly motivated, full of high energy. But as long as the person keeps the focus and doesn't lose the focus on that particular goal that the Bhrigu Bindu being placed in the house has been identified for us. So here, apart from the significations of the house, the sign energy will also manifest the area by giving you high energy, giving you high motivation, giving you high sense of achievement, the killer instinct, and the focus, strong focus through the Aries energies to focus on the task at hand and to problem solve and to be a high achiever, especially in the areas related to the house. Now, if Bhrigu Bindu is in the Taurus sign energy is the energy of nourishment, your family or the tribe in which one is born, the culture, the values, and the saving of one that the person has been able to acquire through his remuneration, through his life's earnings, through the earnings on a monthly basis, and the regular earnings that the person gets and is able to acquire. So when the Bhrigu Bindu in that particular house is not recognized by the individual in the particular sign of Taurus, Taurus is the sign of steadiness. Taurus is the sign of also the earthiness. So here the person will feel as if the person is not steady in one's life and feels a little directionless. And the person feels as if the person is not able to adhere to the principles and values that the person wants to adhere to, and will struggle to keep up with the values, will always feel that the person has to compromise because the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Taurus sign and the person is doing nothing about it, is not focused there. But once the Bhrigu Bindu is identified in the house where the Taurus sign is placed, and the person starts to act on the path towards the area of achievement, then there is a feeling of fulfillment and feeling that the soul itself is nourished and the soul becomes very happy. Then there is the sense of steadiness and being earthed. So now whichever house the Bhrigu Bindu is placed in the Taurus sign, that will bring about the areas that the person has to focus on, and the sign energy of Taurus will help to keep the work steady, to keep the values intact, and help through the principles and values to be able to help the community, to be able to help the family, to be able to help others to get their nourishment, to help others to be able to stick to their principles and values with the earthiness, with the steadiness of the Taurus energies. So if it is related to the 6th house, Bhrigu Bindu is placed in the 6th house in the Taurus sign, then the Taurus energies of steadiness, principles and values will help the person to help other people to nourish themselves, to be steady in their mind, and to serve others with principles and values, and to be able to give their utmost so that other people's life is also lifted up from the challenges, these problems that the 6th house energies will throw up for the person. Now, if Bhrigu Bindu is in the Gemini sign, Gemini represents communication, your ability to influence others, self-enterprise, marketing, your willpower, your freedom of choice. So when the Bhrigu Bindu is not recognized in whichever house it is in the Gemini sign, then the person feels less energetic, procrastinates, gets misunderstood by others, and his or her ability to influence others is affected. The person gets confused on what to do, what not to do. Decisions sometimes don't make sense, and after taking the decision, the person feels that they are probably not worthwhile enough for them to spend their time, their energy on, and will also be confused on what to do. But if the person recognizes that this is the house where my Bhrigu Bindu is in the Gemini sign, then the person, after acting on it or starting to act on the Bhrigu Bindu areas, will feel more assured, will also feel more gung-ho about his or her communication, their ability to influence others, will be more confident of their ability to market their ideas, will feel very motivated to do something in the areas of that house. So now the manifestation of the house comes into play when the person has identified the Bhrigu Bindu in that house. If it is about societal responsibilities, say for example it is in the 11th house, then the person becomes very motivated to take up social causes, and then will use the Gemini energies, the strength to communicate, high motivation, high energies, and to propagate their idea, influence more people to join the cause, and not to go it alone, but to be working with the team, so that they will be able to get support from others. But if in case they don't have others also supporting their cause, they'll still at least communicate about it, propagate the task, and will also work alone if need be to get the task accomplished. They will also keep activating the social network through their ability to charm others to get the work accomplished. Now, if the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Cancer sign, the Cancer sign qualities are about empathy, attachment, understanding, supporting, nourishing, providing others with succor, almost like a motherly affection. So, as long as the Bhrigu Bindu is identified, good. But if the Bhrigu Bindu is not identified by the person as being placed in this house in the sign of Cancer, then the person feels that there is a less feeling of being able to support others or to provide for others, not being able to offer succor to others, and not being able to attach themselves for a worthy cause. They feel that they are just living their life by default and there is no cause that they can attach to, not being able to help others, not being able to support others, and they feel empty within themselves. The feeling that I am being able to do something more is less. However, once the person recognizes that this is my Bhrigu Bindu in this particular house in the sign of Cancer, then the person feels very emotional about that this is the task I need to do, I need to be able to do this, I need to change this, and their focus and attention is at better understanding the challenges of people, the issues, their emotion, their hurt, and this person will develop a strong empathy for the cause of other people that the person wants to take up, because the Bhrigu Bindu is in that house. And the manifestation, once the person identifies which house the Bhrigu Bindu in, will be about supporting others through their obstacles, their turbulations, especially if it's in the 8th house that the Bhrigu Bindu is, then the person will help others overcome their roadblocks and overcome the challenges, overcome the obstacles in their lives, and to be able to do that with a lot of high empathy, high understanding, and a strong emotional attachment to the cause at hand will come about to be able to achieve the task of the 8th house where the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Cancer sign. Now, if the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Leo sign is a sign of high responsibilities, accountability, taking pride in the task or the goal, a high sense of leadership to get things done, and taking failures personally, which hurts their pride, which hurt their ego, which hurt their sense of self-respect. So, when the Bhrigu Bindu is not identified by the person that it is in this house in the sign of Leo, then there is the sense of directionless leadership. Even when things are being achieved in the material work, the person feels that he or she is not contributing enough, not taking enough responsibilities at hand. This person may also, because there is an emptiness that I don't have any directional leadership, my ability to do more for others is not directed towards a bigger cause, then this person may overload himself or herself with more office work, thinking that this is what is troubling my mind, this is what I need to do because I am not feeling that I am doing enough. However, once the person recognizes that my Bhrigu Bindu is this house, is in this house, in the sign of Leo, then the person will take complete leadership of the cause, of the task at hand, of the goal, and will jump headlong into the cause, will take accountability of at least one key area concerning the task, and then will get people connected to fall in line, will issue directions, will delegate some people some work related to the cause, and will take a strong sense of pride in being able to achieve in the areas of the house where the Bhrigu Bindu is placed in the Leo sign. And the manifestation of that Bhrigu Bindu in whichever house it is, say it is in the 12th house in the sign of Leo, then the person may take up individual people who are scattered, who are directionless under his or her own tutelage, and will give them a feeling of a team effort, will unite people in a certain cause, maybe in healthcare, maybe in donations, maybe in charities, or to any noble cause that the person feels that his soul is attracted towards, because this is the 12th house energies, and through that the person's soul will also feel upliftment. So he or she, whoever it is, will get a feeling of achievement and a personal sense of pride if they are able to achieve the task of the Bhrigu Bindu in the sign of Leo. Now, when the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Virgo sign, now Virgo sign energies are a sign of service, of analytical ability, of intellect, of application of intellectual capacity to be able to help others, serve others, support others, maybe in the feel of illnesses, sicknesses, or any people who are destitute or downtrodden and need help. And so this energy is the energy of taking logical decisions and to ensure completion to almost perfection. So when the person does not know where their Bhrigu Bindu is in the Virgo sign, then usually this person will get a sense of being not able to use their intellectual capacity properly for a worthwhile cause, especially related to the house where the Bhrigu Bindu is. So the person feels his or her intellect is not being used appropriately or not being used enough. There is less recognition of his or her work. There is a feeling of not doing enough, not doing properly. That will come up into the person's mind from time to time. The person will begin to find fault in their own work, and a sense of being incomplete or incompletion comes into being. So when the Bhrigu Bindu is not recognized by the person will feel empty. However, if the person recognizes that my Bhrigu Bindu is in this house, in the sign of Virgo, then the person gets a notion of being fulfilled, having used their strengths well, having served well, and will measure output through how complete the task is and how much of it has been achieved, and will try and do their maximum possible in relation to the house, the area that they have identified as the Bhrigu Bindu area for them. And the manifestation will be also accordingly. Say for example, if the Bhrigu Bindu is in the 9th house in the sign of Virgo, then the person will use his or her intellectual capacity to take educated decisions and use their experiences to help others learn better, to get to the higher realms of education for others, to get higher qualifications, and will also counsel others how to take measured decisions, how to apply their learning, and how to use their qualification optimally. And that is the manifestation if the Bhrigu Bindu gets into the Virgo sign, whichever house it is in. Here we are talking about the 9th house. Now when Bhrigu Bindu is in the Libra sign, what is the Libra sign energies? Libra sign is a sign of relations, partnerships, synergies, balance, artistic manifestation. And so this is how the energy of the Bhrigu Bindu will also manifest itself once the person identifies where their Bhrigu Bindu is in the Libra sign. However, if the person does not recognize, does not know that their Bhrigu Bindu is in the Libra sign, in whichever house it is, then there is a sense of loss of relations, especially connected to the area of the house, the relations connected to the house. The person will not feel connected to those. The relations will seem to not stand by you, not support you, and there will not be a strong sense of loyalty or a sense of ease and harmony in the areas of the house and the relations connected to the house, the manifestation of the house. But once the person recognizes that my Bhrigu Bindu is in this house and in the sign of Libra, then there will be a strong sense of wanting to work in the areas of the house, and to do that through strengthening the relationships, forming new relations, forming new synergies, balancing their own material needs versus the needs of the Bhrigu Bindu manifestation in the house where the Bhrigu Bindu is placed. So when the person recognizes that, the person will use his relationships and harmonize in the areas of the house using the strength. If the Bhrigu Bindu, for example, is in the 2nd house, then the person will work towards earning his or her livelihood with principles and values, and will also want to leave something behind for the community, for the society in which he or she is born, and also to help others to be able to use their relationship to be able to curb the undernourishment that they are in. So relations combining the synergies to be able to provide livelihood and to do something for the community is when Bhrigu Bindu is placed in the Libra sign. Now if the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Scorpio sign, what is the Scorpio sign energy? Scorpio sign energies is the sign of mysticism, hidden areas of life, uncovered areas of life, obstacles, struggles, longevity, as well as finishing, death, completion, and the mysteries and the depths of humanity. So when the person does not recognize that my Bhrigu Bindu is in certain house in the sign of Scorpio, then many a time the person seems to be lost and confused about the areas of the house where the Bhrigu Bindu is, and the person is not able to understand why, in spite of all the efforts, the person is not able to get the best gains of the house. The areas of the house remain a mystery, the goals of the house remain unkempt for them, not being able to meet that, or not being able to get to the bottom of, or not being able to understand and manifest results enough. And so this areas of the house get connected to being troublesome, challenging, or sometimes distance at best, not being able to achieve or manifest many of the areas, they seem to be bottomless pit. However efforts the person may put in, the person is not able to get gains out of the house. There is an air of mysteriousness and despair about the house areas and the results. However, once the person recognizes that when Bhrigu Bindu is in the Scorpio sign, then the sign energies will also help in the manifestation of the Bhrigu Bindu, and the person will be having a strong influence on how to go about in getting the results. It is like a light bulb moment coming out of the darkness of the Scorpio sign and being able to recognize what the person will have to do. So the person will use information, research about the topic, will get to the bottom of the challenges, and will also seek external help to overcome challenges and manifestation of the Bhrigu Bindu in whichever house it is placed in. So if the Bhrigu Bindu is in the 7th house of relations, of partnership, so here the person will use their ability to be able to reach across the misunderstandings, the mysteriousness of the relationship, and will have a heart-to-heart talk, will establish stronger partnerships to be able to do better using the team effort, to be able to work with people, to be able to put in more effort to understand people, understand their challenges, understand the issues, and as a team, using the uncovering of the challenges, the mysteries of the challenges, but working with the team, because the Bhrigu Bindu is in the 7th house. Now, if the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Sagittarius sign, the Sagittarius sign energies are of high liberal energies, a sense of duty, knowledge, experiential learning, a sense of risk taking, and going beyond one's beliefs to grow spiritually as well. So, when the Bhrigu Bindu is not recognized, the person does not know that my Bhrigu Bindu is in the Sagittarius sign and in the particular house, then the areas of learning, the areas of education, the areas of being able to gather information and comforts with gurus, comfort with high learning, high manifestation of whichever house it is, seem to run into rough weather. The person is not able to use their knowledge, their learning to better gain from the areas of the house where the Bhrigu Bindu is. So, for example, if it is in the 4th house, then the person will not be able to use their learning, their experiences, their wisdom to be able to improve their home, to build a better home, to create a more harmonious home, to have a better environment at home, to have better relationship with people at home, and will have a sense of loss and not being able to do more for the home, more for the domestic areas. But once the person recognizes that my Bhrigu Bindu is in the sign of Sagittarius in the 4th house, then gaining assets seems to be easier than before. Home environment becomes rich both materialistically and emotionally. The person is able to improve the learning, the living conditions of many at home, is able to create more healthier environments for others outside of his home also, and create more living conditions or better learning living conditions for others also, using his or her own ability to learn, to think beyond the ordinary and get the blessings of gurus, and comes out as a guru himself or herself in being able to create better homes for others, better living conditions for others, and also to be able to manifest their own harmony in their own domestic life as well. Now, when the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Capricorn sign, Capricorn sign is an energy of dedication, commitment, loyalty, discipline, hard work, structure, organization, and following rules and regulations and following authority. So, if the person does not know where their Bhrigu Bindu is in the Capricorn sign, in which house, then the areas of the house wherever the Bhrigu Bindu is in the Capricorn sign, the person will not be able to have a sense of being disciplined enough, being organized enough, that they are following a certain structure. He or she is not able to attract complete loyalty and commitment of the relations connected to the house, of the people that they are working with, and not able to get along with others in a manner which is mature and where they can hope to have better results. However, once they recognize that my Bhrigu Bindu is in the Capricorn sign, whichever house it is, then the things start to click. The person is able to attract better loyalty from others, is able to connect better to the other people, to the relations of the house, and to be able to manifest the results better. Say, for example, if the Bhrigu Bindu is in the 5th house in the sign of Capricorn, then the person is able to show high discipline, high structure, and to be able to get, because of being able to identify and work in the areas using high power, attract high influence and gain, and be better at growing finances. He or she is able to use discipline and organized effort to bringing up children, to being loyal in their romances, and being able to better improve others' lives also financially well. And one of the best contributions could be that they bring up their children to be able to become better citizens and to be able to attract those romances which will later on prove to be a help to the society, a better team to the society, as being a better family, better couple as well as better children. When Bhrigu Bindu is in the Aquarius sign, what is the Aquarius sign energies about? It is a sign of high priorities socially, connecting to the social environment and helping improve the lives of the society and standing up for societal cause, standing up for social causes and improving the lives of the masses, contributing with one's high energies to the fullest for the masses, for the society at hand. However, if the Bhrigu Bindu is not recognized by the person that my Bhrigu Bindu is in the sign of Aquarius in this house, then the person seems to be disconnected from societal concerns, societal priorities, seem to be running around materialistic goals and has less time for social causes. Society also doesn't seem to value him or her much, and then there is always some social friction or a sense of underachievement that the person feels disconnected to the social network, feel disconnected to the social environment. But once the person recognizes that my Bhrigu Bindu is in the sign of Aquarius, in whichever house it is, then the areas of that house will be able to manifest beautifully. The person will be able to deliver better results and will be able to get better gains from it and also be able to do better societal causes. Say for example, if it is in the third house, then the person will be able to use the power of influence, the power of communication, free will, and not only to better the lives of many others but also self. And this is the person who will be able to do much better in self-enterprise than before. A truly liberated energy, strong willpower, strong ability to influence many others through the ability to be able to do better socially, large similitudes of masses. Now when the Bhrigu Bindu is in the sign of Pisces, what is the Pisces energies? Pisces energy is the sign of high positivity, idealism, and helping others, being charitable and even spiritually highly elevated. So if the person does not know that the Bhrigu Bindu is in the sign of Pisces, then the person, and whichever house it is in, then the person is not able to feel highly optimistic about the areas of the house, whichever house it is in, and in general also. And the person is not able to contribute to others, or at least have a feeling that I am contributing. The person feels I am living a materialistic life, I am not doing much for others. So the spiritual elevation is, the person feels bereft of that, not being able to feel a higher spiritual connection to the higher manifestation of the house wherever your Bhrigu Bindu is, and to be able to connect positively even with the relations connected to the house. However, once the person recognizes my Bhrigu Bindu is in the sign of Pisces and this particular house, then the person feels highly optimistic and wants to contribute more and is very, very charitable, feels a sense of strong idealism in doing that see, I am trying to make a change to the world and I am being able to do that. And the person will be able to get better both material gains as well as spiritual results of the house it is in. If it is in the Lagna itself, then the person feels optimistic generally about his or her life, about life's goal that he has achieved, and he feels that I need to do something positive for the environment, for the society, and because he is able to contribute, also has a general feeling of optimism, high idealism, and holding the head high, and I am able to do something better for the society, and will also feel spiritually inclined to the world at hand, to the people at hand, and to the task that the person has been given to by the Bhrigu Bindu being in the Lagna in the Pisces sign. So friends, now that we have talked about the Bhrigu Bindu being in different signs in your horoscopes, find where your Bhrigu Bindu is, in which house it is in which sign it is in, and use the sign energies to be able to manifest better the results of that house. House areas are more important. The Bhrigu Bindu is more about the areas of the house, but the sign energies which will be either contributing to the better attainment of the Bhrigu Bindu or being an obstacle to that. So use that energy positively, use the sign energies positively, and be able to better gain from the areas of the Bhrigu Bindu, because this is the one task which has been directly given to you by the zodiac itself. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.